In the last video, we looked at how to get to this floating reed island. And this is how we arrive at the floating reed island, which is Uros. The Uros community has several islands that are linked together with people living on them. And this island, or this portion of the island, is open for tourists to visit. The embankment you see there is all made of reeds. The reeds float, and the island is built on these reeds. This is the greeting committee for Uros Island. The boat's pulled up, and now we hop out of the boat, and as soon as you step onto the ground, it feels a little soft. If you pay attention, you can feel it moving slowly. This pole we just passed, these two poles on the left, they're anchors that tie the reeds down to the ground. So as we walk around, we can feel a gentle movement, since it is a large floating island made entirely of reeds. And there's the sign, Uros, to welcome visitors as they come in. Then they herd you over to their coliseum. I say that in joking and jest. And that's an area here that's carved out for the elders to provide some background on what the island is all about. These reed seats that are made form a circle, and we end up sitting there. We'll take a quick look around. So this is where the presentation takes place. We're sitting on these reed benches. And here's where the guide introduces the topic before turning the session over to the mayor of the Uros community. So the sticks that go into the ground are the anchor. So if you pull that anchor out, the whole island can be pushed or moved to a different location. On the map, where the finger is pointing, that's where Uros is, and it's very close to Puno. And we can see the butterflies here landing on a phone. It's kind of cute. Nature seems pretty wild out here. And now I've kind of changed the speed of this video. These are the reeds that the island floats on. See, they cut these reed blocks in large sizes, 16 foot by 8 foot or so, and then they tie them together. And then on top of that, they lay layers of reed, just as you're seeing here. First one way, then another way, and then cross-stitch that. And that's what we're really standing on. Now, it's a large, deep reed base, and it does feel like an island, though it moves very gently. The mayor of the island is demonstrating how the base is built and making a point that as houses sit on that, moisture does creep up. So the homes that are built on the island are elevated away from this platform just a little bit. So the houses are higher, as he says, than the base flooring. And this is a model of the house the mayor is demonstrating. He's saying that a group of people can get together and jointly agree to move houses from one location to another. So as the humidity builds up, they'll pick it up and move it a little bit and drop it down so the wet area can dry. And the dry area serves as your home base. So he's going to lift it. See that? It's movable. That's one of the homes. And then once the house is moved, they put fresh reed down, and the sleeping arrangements are a little bit further off the ground, so you're not wet. And then, of course, there are soups and dishes that they make. Some of them are pretty pungent, and he's making a point that you can drink it as a alcohol or hangover recovery. Now, they catch little fish in the lake, and they keep them in reed baskets alive, refrigeration in a sense, keep them alive, so they need to eat them. And they also import some fabric and make these mats with designs, etc.
All of this they move, for sheep, cows, and also guinea pigs. This one for people. Look at this kind of the food they exchange with fava beans, barley, potatoes. Con esto se intercambia, señores. Los domingos. If you need money, you can move this one Sunday.
So they take this handiwork over to Puno and have a market where they sell to make money. At the end of the session, we're free to walk around the portion of the island that's open to the tourists. And there's our boat right there, which we will be taking from here to another little island here, which has provisions and supplies, etc. Although you could take the reed boats as a tourist tour across there. And then it's time to leave Uros to go see the public island. And that's a reed boat you could take as a tourist ride, or take your boat that you came in. We're going to go in our regular boat. After visiting that next location, we're going to another island much further away in a place called Taquile Island. And that's an island that's off-grid. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the lake and the business traffic that's going on all across the lake. I hope that was helpful, and thank you so much for watching.